Hello, children, and we are here again for another interesting bedtime story. Today, we are going to be reading the
Princess and the Pea.
Princess and the Pea. So, we hope you learned something from this story, and we hope this story will make you sleep better and feel better. All right, I have my Dora here, Amarachi. She's going to be reading. Go ahead, Amarachi.
Long ago, far away, there lived a lonely prince. He spent endless days traveling from kingdom to kingdom in hopes of finding a real princess to be his wife. But every noble lady he met turned out to be unacceptable. For it was not that the women were not beautiful or smart,
Mm-hmm.
because they were. It was just that none of the women had those certain special qualities that made them real princesses. The prince would only marry a girl that had the qualities of a real princess.
Hold on. What do you think um, are the qualities of a princess can have in order to marry the prince? Do you have any suggestion?
They
Put in
have
the
to be
comment.
responsible.
Right. Okay. Just put in the comment box. Okay. Go ahead.
The king and queen worried about their son and did their best to raise his spirits. I know, said the king. We will invite all the wonderful women from every kingdom to the palace for a festival. The royal family held the festival as promised, and hundreds of young women came in with hopes of marrying the prince, but it was no use. The prince found something wrong with every one of them.
Mm.
They all returned home disappointed.
Okay.
One terrible One night, a terrible storm fell over the kingdom. Thunder bellowed and lightning lit up the sky for miles around. Among the few souls unfortunate enough to be caught in the downpour was a fair maiden on her way home. The young lady's carriage had lost the wheel. We shall seek shelter in that castle in the distance, the princess told the driver. I'm sure they will help us. They made their way to the castle through the rain and the mud. At the castle, the prince had been preparing for bed when he heard a knock on the door. Not being very sleepy, he thought he would answer the door for himself. Forgive our intrusion, your highness, said the princess, as she stood in the doorway dripping wet. I am a princess. My carriage has lost its wheel. We have no place to stay. Despite her muddy, rain-soaked appearance, the prince liked this young woman and wanted to help. Of course you may stay here, the prince said. Come, allow me to show you to the fireplace, where you may warm yourself before you catch a cold.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you, that is very kind of you, said the princess. Then the queen said, While you warm yourself by the fire, I shall oversee the preparations for your stay in the guest room. You are all so good to me, said the princess. The queen just smiled at her. She was skeptical as to whether the young lady was truly a princess. To find out, she devised a clever test.
Oh, what do you think the test could be? I'm really curious to know. Put that in the comment box. Go ahead.
The servants piled 20 mattresses, one on top of the other, and then they put 20 fine quilts, one over the other on top of 20 mattresses, so soft and lush that the bed had many had that any ordinary person would ever sleep on. But then the queen placed a small uncooked pea under the bottom of the mattress.
Yeah. Let's show them how huge the bed is. See the mattress is? It's so
Yeah.
huge. All right.
If she is truly a princess, she will get no comfort out of this bed, for only the delicate nature of a true princess will be able to feel the hardness of the pea under all those layers, said the queen. The prince and the princess talked for quite a while before turning in for the night. They enjoyed each other's company very much and went to bed smiling. When the princess arrived at the guest room, she saw the exquisite bed arranged for her to sleep in. The princess climbed into the tall bed to lay down. As soon as she did, she felt something was not right. She turned in onto her right side and then onto her left, and it did not help. She tried lying on her stomach, but that did not help either. She even tried to sleep with her head on the opposite side of the bed and diagonally too, but that didn't work either. Oh dear, said the princess. How will I sleep in such an uncomfortable bed? There's nothing funny about that.
It's really funny.
No, it's not.
Yep. See, the princess, she has a delicate nature. So that's one of the qualities. She can even feel a little pea under her mattress. Keep going. Oh, this the last page now.
The next morning, the princess joined the royal family for breakfast. The queen asked her how she had slept. The bed was truly lovely and soft, she said, but I could feel something hard underneath it. It had me tossing all night. You will not believe what I found under the bottom of the mattress. A pea, said the princess, holding up the pea. The queen whispered, She's indeed a true princess. The prince was happy, for he had fallen in love with the princess. He got down on one knee and proposed. The princess agreed, for she had fallen in love with the prince too. The prince and princess lived happily ever after.
Aww. That is so interesting. I really enjoyed the story and I hope you did too. So, I hope you learned something from the story. So, if you learned anything, just put in the comment box. And again, if you have to give this story a title, what would the title be? Besides The Princess and the Pea, what other title will you give to this story? Okay? I look forward to reading your comments. Until then, have yourself a blessed evening. Remember, everything is going to be all right. Take all safety precaution and be safe. Bye.